Mary and Peter were grieving the loss of their son, who tragically passed away. They made it a point to visit his grave each day. However, they started to notice that someone always beat them to it. A fresh rose appeared on their son's grave every day. It left them wondering who was behind this thoughtful act. Determined to solve the mystery, Peter decided to set up a camera. What he discovered left him utterly stunned. Peter and Mary stood in the kitchen, the USB stick lying on the table, like a ticking time bomb of revelations. The weight of the unknown pressed down on them, and uncertainty gnawed at their resolve. Mary's voice, soft yet laden with concern, broke the silence. "What are we going to do, Peter?" Peter's eyes remained fixed on the USB stick, his mind wrestling with the implications of what they might uncover. He knew they couldn't simply ignore it, yet the fear of what they might find held him back. "Is it really worth it?" Mary's question hung in the air, heavy with the weight of their shared apprehension. Peter's hand trembled as he reached for the USB stick. His fingers closed around it, his determination wavering, yet resolute. I have to know, Mary," he said, his voice tinged with a mixture of fear and resolve. "Otherwise, I can't move on." Mary nodded, her own resolve firming as she stood by his side. "Let's watch the footage together, as the team we are," she said, offering him a small smile of reassurance. Peter returned the smile, gratitude flickering in his eyes. With a shared breath, they acknowledged the uncertainty ahead and the need to face it together. With a steady hand, Peter inserted the USB stick into the laptop, the soft whirring of the computer filling the room. The screen flickered to life, and a pop-up window appeared, beckoning them to unravel the mystery that had haunted them for so long. Their hearts pounding in anticipation, they hovered over the play button, their hands trembling with a mixture of apprehension and curiosity. Finally, with a silent exchange of glances, they pressed play. The footage unfolded before them, each frame a snapshot of the cemetery's quiet solitude. For a moment, there was nothing but the sound of their own breathing, the tension thickening with each passing second. Then, a figure appeared on the screen, a solitary silhouette moving with purpose towards their son's grave. Peter and Mary leaned in closer, their breath catching in their throats as they watched the scene unfold. A red rose materialized in the figure's hand, a poignant symbol of love and remembrance. Peter's heart clenched at the sight, his mind racing with questions yet unanswered. They watched in silence as the figure placed the rose upon their son's grave, the simple gesture imbued with a profound sense of reverence. But as the figure turned to leave, a glimmer of recognition flickered in Peter's eyes. Mary gasped softly beside him, her hand flying to her mouth in disbelief. "It can't be," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the soft hum of the laptop. Yet, there was no mistaking the truth that lay before them, revealed in the stark clarity of the footage. The figure was none other than Noah, their long-lost daughter, the child they had mourned as lost to them forever. A wave of emotions crashed over Peter and Mary, their hearts overflowing with a tumultuous mix of joy, disbelief, and longing. Tears welled in their eyes as they watched Noah's retreating form, her presence a bittersweet reminder of the years lost to separation and sorrow. For a moment, they were paralyzed by the weight of their newfound truth, the enormity of it all threatening to engulf them. But then, with a shared resolve born of love and forgiveness, they made a decision. They would seek out Noah, reach out to her with open arms and open hearts. They would embrace the chance to rebuild what had been broken, to forge a new beginning from the ashes of the past. Together, they would confront the pain of loss and the joy of reunion, united in their shared journey of healing and redemption. And as they watched the footage play out to its poignant conclusion, they knew that their son's legacy would live on not only in their hearts, but in the bonds of family restored.